If you like our video, click the button to subscribe to our channel and get easy access to new content. To see our full suite of ad-free video courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides, visit us at www.teachucomp.com. To print one copy of the currently opened file in Photoshop without changing any print settings, select File, Print One Copy from the menu bar. Doing this immediately prints one copy of the file. Alternatively, to print the currently opened file in Photoshop and choose its print settings, select File, Print from the menu bar to open the Photoshop Print Settings dialog box. The left side of the dialog box shows a preview of the file to print according to the current print settings. The print settings appear in different sections at the right side of this dialog box. To select a printer to which to print, select a choice from the Printer dropdown in the Printer Setup section. To enter the number of copies to print, type the number into the Copies field. To access the print settings for the selected printer, click the Print Settings button to open a separate dialog box that shows your available settings for the selected printer. These print settings change depending on the selected printer and your device's access to its settings. Make any changes needed here, and then click the OK button within it to apply the print settings, and return to the Photoshop Print Settings dialog box. To change the print orientation, click either the Portrait or Landscape Orientation button in the Printer Setup section. To set the print color management settings in Photoshop, click the Color Management section to expand it and show its settings if needed. To choose which device manages the color handling, select a choice from the Color Handling dropdown. If you select the Printer Manages Color choice, ensure you set the correct color handling for the selected printer by clicking the Print Settings button back in the Printer Setup section, setting the desired printer color management, and then clicking the OK button to apply it. Alternatively, if you select the Photoshop Manages Colors choice from the Color Handling dropdown, then select the Printer Color Profile to use from the adjacent Printer Profile dropdown. To set the intent of the print job, select either Hard Proofing or Normal Printing as needed, and then set any additional proof or print options that appear for your choice as needed. If needed, to read a description for any selected setting in the Color Management section, hover over it, and then look under the Description label at the bottom of this section for a description of the current setting. To set the print job's position and size settings, click the Position and Size section to expand it and show its settings if needed. To center the printed output, check the Center checkbox under the Position setting. Alternatively, to specify the upper left corner of the printed output, uncheck the Center checkbox and then enter the values for the top and left fields. To scale the printed output, enter a scaling percentage into the Scale field in the Scaled Print Size section. Alternatively, enter a height and width into the adjacent height and width fields. Alternatively, to scale the print output to fit the selected media, check the Scale to Fit Media checkbox. Note the print resolution in pixels per inch also appears here. To enable crop controls that let you select the content to print, check the Print Selected Area checkbox. Then click and drag the white arrows that appear in the corners of the preview image at the left side of this dialog box to set the crop boundary of the area to print. To change the units of measurement for all the print settings, select a choice from the Units dropdown. To enable printing marks, click the Printing Marks section to expand it and show its settings if needed. To print corner crop marks, check the Corner Crop Marks checkbox in the Printing Marks section. To print center crop marks, typically used as a folding guide, check the Center Crop Marks checkbox. To print registration marks to align the color plates of a separation, check the Registration Marks checkbox. To print a description of the file, check the Description checkbox. To edit the description if needed, click the adjacent Edit button, type the description into the Description field in the Edit Description dialog box that appears, and then click the OK button in the dialog box. To print the file name as shown in the title bar or tab, check the Labels checkbox. To flip the print output horizontally, print a negative, or change the background print color, border, or bleed area, click the Function section to expand it and show its settings if needed. To horizontally flip the print output, check the Emulsion Down checkbox. To print a negative, check the Negative checkbox. To change the print color background, click the Background button, select a color in the Color Picker Print Background Color dialog box, and then click the OK button. To set a print border, click the Border button to open the Border dialog box. Enter the border width by typing a number into the left field and then selecting a unit of measurement from the right dropdown, and then click the OK button to apply it. To set the bleed area, click the Bleed button to open the Bleed dialog box. Enter the bleed area width by typing a number into the left field and then selecting a unit of measurement from the right dropdown, and then click the OK button to apply it. To set PostScript options if printing to a PostScript printer, click the PostScript Options section to expand it and show its settings if needed. To print color calibration bars, check the Calibration Bars checkbox. To smooth print edges using PostScript interpolation, check the Interpolation checkbox. To print vector data at full printer resolution, check the Include Vector Data checkbox. To apply the new print settings to the selected Photoshop file without printing the file, click the Done button in the Photoshop Print Settings dialog box. Then save your changes to the Photoshop file. Alternatively, to apply the print settings and print the file, click the Print button. Then save your changes to save the print settings. Alternatively, to discard the print settings, click the Cancel button. Remember to click the subscribe button to see more of our videos. See our full suite of courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides at www.teachucomp.com.